Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie and these are the 2019 Bookish Academy Awards nominations for Best Picture. As I said, these are the nominations for Best Picture in my 2019 Bookish Academy Awards. All of these nominations, the criteria for getting this nomination was that the book had to be read in 2019, it has to be a true standalone, and the book had to receive 5 stars for the month that it is nominated. So let's just jump into these books because they're amazing and I think you guys should go check them out for so many different reasons. So the January nomination goes to All My Truths and One Lie by Fabiola Francisco. This is a story about a woman that has to deal with some very internal issues and family secrets and find her way, and it's beautiful. It is emotional, it's very engaging, and lots of people will connect with this story. The February nomination goes to The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, and this story is emotional. It's about a single mother who has a brother that is in the military and a military member that served with her brother. The two of them end up having to meet over sort of traumatic incidents, and then you get to see their journey of finding out secrets and finding each other, getting to know each other, even though there are very twisty turns and emotional things that happen within this book. You will be emotionally gutted. Have your tissues ready because it's so good. So very good. It is a very polarizing read as well. There are some that just do not like this story. However, I am not in that camp. I loved it. I loved all the twists and turns and all the emotion that it brought to this stage. The March nomination goes to When Ashes Fall by Marni Mann. This is a story about a woman that is dealing with her traumatic event, and that's kind of all I can say about that because I don't want to give away the rest of the story. It is twisty, it is turny, it's emotional. It will just keep you engaged throughout the entire story. If you do read the story, make sure you have your box of tissues ready and make sure that you read the author's note to get an even better emotional ride with this story. The April nomination is actually a reread for me, which was Love My Way by Sterritt. I read this book years ago and decided to pick it up because it was available on audiobook, and this story gutted me the first time and it gutted me the second time. The narrator for the story was absolutely amazing, brought out so much more emotion than the first time I read it. It's about a woman that is dealing with some of her things that she had to deal with in her past. She's dealing with a love lost and finding new love, and it was just, it's emotional, it's amazing. Make sure you have your tissues ready for this one as well. The May nomination goes to Imperfect by Stephie. This is a story about a young girl that ends up having a crush on her brother's best friend. However, there are some issues within the family. There's issues that she is going through, and this is sort of her journey. It is teetering on a forbidden sort of romance, a little bit of an age gap story, but it definitely has some emotion to it, and I was here for it. I really loved it. I was sucked into it, and the original cover was absolutely amazing, but Stephie had to change it to this new cover, and both of them are amazing, but I was really drawn in by the original cover. The June nomination goes to A Girl Like Her by Talia Hibbert. This is a Black author, and this story revolves around a young woman that has some mental health issues, and she is dealing with them. She ends up connecting with a young man that lives in her building, even though she lives in a small town in Europe. And she has sort of a bad name because of some things that weren't necessarily her fault. There is some content warning for anxiety and depression and things like that, but overall, this book is relatable, it's amazing, and it's going to drag you in. The July nomination goes to Royal Gentleman by Christy Pastore, and I loved this take on a royalty romance that I had not read before. This story follows two people that one was royal and now they were exiled from their kingdom, and now they have to be brought back because some things happen. And this is about a young girl that grew up in the United States, and her father was part of the royal family, and they end up coming back together. They knew each other when they were young, so it's sort of a rekindling of old love, but at the same time they find out new things about each other. And I just loved the scandal that was just over the top, but actually not over the top. Christy did an amazing job at bringing something new to the royalty sort of romance out there. The August nomination goes to Things You Save in a Fire by Katherine Center. This book revolves around a female firefighter, and it is more of a women's lit story. And you guys know that I am not necessarily all about the women's lit, but this one definitely grabbed me, took me in, exposed me to my new love for some women's lit and women's journey, because I felt like I could relate to our female character who is in a male-dominated story or in a male-dominated career field as a firefighter. And yes, so she moves from a progressive fire station to a non-progressive fire station that is part of like the good old boy system, and she really shows that, you know, she understands that there's this good old boy system and how she overcomes it. She also is dealing with some family issues and some family secrets, and I just really enjoyed this journey of this character. The September nomination goes to Imperfect Match by Corinne and Melanie Harlow. This is a co-authored book, and it was fun, it's sweet, and it's about a woman that is sort of trying to prove herself to her parents, who are matchmakers, that she can be a matchmaker as well. She has a neighbor that she is become friends with, and he has no luck in love as well, and the two of them end up, you know, hey, you're my friend, so let me match you up, but you know what, my perfect match may actually be you. And I loved it. It was sexy, it's fun, and it's a good time. The October nomination goes to Cold Queen by Webster. This is a retelling, reimagining of the now super uber famous story of Frozen. It kept me on my toes throughout this entire story. I did not place that it was a reimagining, retelling of Frozen until after I had finished reading it, and I actually asked, because I was like, what story? What fairy tale is this following? I don't understand. I'm not sure. But we have a queen that is dying, and she has a sister that she wants to take care of. So when the Fire King ends up coming to her nation to try and marry, they end up interacting, and so amazing. So twisted, so crazy, kind of dark, but still amazing. Loved it. The November nomination goes to The Bookish Life of Nina Hill by Abbi Waxman. This is a story about a introverted book girl who is all about the books. She works at a bookstore, and come to find out, her father, her biological father, ends up dying. She hasn't known him, and this is her journey of finding family, about finding where she wants to go in life. I did like the sort of sidelined romance that is in this book, but it's mostly about her journey and finding family and finding her way in life. So the December nomination will remain a secret until the live show for the award show, and I'm excited because I'm reading some good books in December, and it's going to be really hard to figure out which book I'm going to put into this series or into this nomination category. But yeah, have you read any of those books? What were your thoughts on the books? Let's talk about them down in the comments section. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form and all my social information down in the description box so you guys can connect with me and help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.